When it comes to your metabolism and your well-being, do you have clearly defined non-negotiables? Well, if you don't, we're going to figure out today exactly what you need to do to get those. My name is Brian. I've been in the pro-metabolic world for close to 10 years. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most important subjects I think that everybody can stand to benefit from, whether you adhere to a pro-metabolic approach or you adhere to any other dietary or health model. Doesn't matter what you ascribe to, because today the concepts we're going to talk about are universal. I'm reminded often of a quote, one of my favorite quotes. I don't know who said this. I've heard Dan Sullivan, I've heard all sorts of other marketing people say this. I've heard Tony Robbins might have said this. I don't know. The quote is this: the clarity with which you define something determines its usefulness. So what that means is, if you don't know what something is, saying the word, following something about that, doesn't really give you a useful understanding of what you're doing or the actions necessary to attain that thing. So in this case, we're going to talk about defining health. If you don't have a clear definition of what health means to you, then everything you're doing, from training, nutrition, supplementation, all of that could be a waste of time if you don't have a clear-cut understanding of what it is that you're aiming for. If you don't have a clear definition of what health is, then it's not a useful term. So when it comes to your health, you have non-negotiables. And you have lots of other negotiables too. So what is the difference? A negotiable is things that you change, things that you may or may not do based on environmental circumstances, based on travel, based on your job, based on family functions. These are the things that, yeah, I might go to the gym today, I might not. Yeah, I might eat healthy today, I might not. I might have a salad, I might not. I might have a glass of milk, I might not. I might go out with friends instead. Those are all negotiable choices. Non-negotiables are the things that you will do no matter what. These are the things that you will protect in your schedule, that you will protect in your routine, in your habits, in your behaviors at all costs. And the reason you'll protect your non-negotiables at all costs is because your non-negotiables move the needle closer to hitting that target. If we use health as that target, you've got a clearly defined model of health. Your non-negotiables are things that help you to clearly reach that target, stay at that target, or are moving you closer to it in a noticeable way. But in order to have non-negotiables, you have to start with your clearly defined model of health. If you don't have that, you don't necessarily know if your non-negotiables are helpful or not. You might have things that you're very resolute in. You might have things that you will do at all costs to protect. You'll do anything it takes to make sure that you go to the gym 5 days a week for your Zumba class or CrossFit, or go to the gym and lift weights, or maybe you go for walks. Maybe you like to go outside and play disc golf. Whatever it is, totally fine. No judgment. As long as it's getting you closer to your goals. But if you don't have those goals defined, you might just be taking action for the sake of taking action, not because they're necessarily helpful. So if we want to make sure that you have non-negotiables that are worth your time, that are worth your energy, your precious time, your precious energy, of which you have a shortage of, those are finite resources. The first step we need to do is define what health means. Get a model in your head of what that is. Get a model of what that would look like when you're there. If you say, I'm healthy because I don't have disease, that's not a clear model. Because if you just don't want disease, well then doctors are the ones that diagnose diseases. You don't want to get diagnosed with a disease, don't go to a doctor. Cool, easy peasy, no doctor visits. I don't have disease, therefore I am healthy. Kind of a flawed model, right? You need more clarity. Maybe health to you means you can bend down and play with your grandkids without knee pain. Maybe health to you means you can walk 18 holes of golf without issues, without running out of breath. Maybe being healthy to you means you can show up on time at work and not be stressed at any little thing that comes your way that irritates you. Maybe health means that you're a better listener with your husband or wife. Maybe health to you means that you have the capacity to talk all day long and stay focused and resilient in your sales position in spite of the defeat you're getting from being rejected time after time after time until you finally hit that sale. Whatever health means to you, the clarity with which you define it determines its usefulness. So define that health first and foremost. Then we can compare the effects of your actions against that model. Are the things you're doing moving the needle closer to that? Or if you've attained that, are the things you're doing helping to keep you there? Or are things you're doing or not doing shifting the needle in the opposite direction? The things that move the needle in the opposite direction, or the things that don't give you any progress or maintenance of that health when you get there or on your way there, those can land in that negotiable category. You may enjoy playing basketball with your friends, but it may not actually be helpful. It may be something that you do it so sporadically. When you have your health figured out and you see the things that are moving you there, that doesn't put you closer. When you play, you don't notice if you get better or worse. Cool. Do it because it's fun, but keep it in the negotiable category. But as you start to find the things like maybe getting a full night of sleep, that seems to make sure that you wake up and start your day fresh. You're more resilient against the sales rejections. You're a better lover, a better communicator, a better worker, whatever it might be. If the sleep that you got that night before has a huge effect on that day, that should be in your non-negotiables. That should be in your list of things that you fight tooth and nail to make sure that you have a good night's sleep no matter what. Me personally, movement is a big deal for me. If I don't get good movement in my day, all sorts of other problems show up. My focus isn't there, my clarity of thought isn't there, my ability to be a good husband isn't there. Lots of things suffer when I don't move well. So I do joint mobility every day. If I don't move and I don't move well, my brain feels it. So that goes on my list of non-negotiables. I block out time every morning before I start my day to make sure that I move. If I don't get that in, the rest of my day suffers. I know that. So I've made it a very big point in my life to make sure that that stays there for me. Doesn't have to be something you do in the morning. Doesn't have to be something you do at night. It can be something that fits anywhere in your day as long as you protect it. That becomes your non-negotiable. So my question for you is this, and I hope you mention this in the comments below. What are some of your non-negotiables? Do you have some? And if you do, I'd love to hear about them because you may have something that helps me, something I might not have thought of. Totally fine. But maybe you haven't thought about this yet. And if you haven't, I hope you do. I hope this gets the wheels spinning so that you can start thinking about health as it means to you, what it means to you. And furthermore, things you can do to get there. Like this video. Share this video with somebody that needs to hear it. And be sure to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for sticking around. I will talk to you soon. Take care.